Come on. We will win. Because we will hit all game. We are motivated. We are dedicated. Come on now. Come on now. We will win. Because we are the best on the field. Then we hit the field like, all day like, all night like, on the blue light, offense like, defense like, his squad like, house call like, and it sound like, and it sound like, and it sound like.
Welcome to the Short Sports Show. We are back. We are back after a month. It was a break, but it was also changing up some things, which you'll see on YouTube side of it. We also have some news coming next week that I'm excited about, but we are back, and boy, was it a great NFL draft, one of the best in recent history, with the trades, people sliding, the picks that were made. It was incredible. I absolutely loved the draft. Last night's round one was absolutely amazing. Today is April 28th, 2017, Friday. We got a lot to talk about. Of course, we're talking about the round one draft, takeaways and grades for some teams. Some teams straight up failed. Bears. And some teams did an amazing job and really just outplayed the game. Just finessed it completely. We'll talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs here in just a second. And college football scheduling, some great news happening, some epic showdowns, and a home-and-home series that's separated by 10 years. Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. Again, we are back. Sorry, guys, for the month break. I just need to change some things up. It was like our off season. We needed a refresh. We needed to do something different. Just wanted to change some things up with the show. I need some time to practice on some things and what was going to work, what wasn't. But we are back every Friday, going to continue to do a show. And then next Friday, we got some news that's going to be happening on the YouTube side of it. So be on the lookout. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, The Short Sports Show, link is in the description down below. Go subscribe. Some big news coming over there that I'm really excited to share with you guys. Of course, so we're going to talk some NBA playoffs for your Short Sports update on the NBA playoffs. Now, both the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors won their series in 6 games last night, respectively. San Antonio, they're going to host the Houston Rockets on Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, while the Raptors will have to travel to the Cleveland Cavaliers at 6 p.m. Central Time on Monday as well. Tonight, the Wizards, they're going to look to take the series against the Hawks at 6:30 p.m. Then the Celtics will look to complete the comeback over the Chicago Bulls at 7 p.m. And then wrapping up the night, Utah hosts the Clippers with hopes of advancing at 9:30 p.m. I've been watching the playoffs. We're going to talk about it more in depth next week. Some better matchups. This first round, it wasn't too fun. I guess the San Antonio-Memphis series, that went on a little bit longer than I think most of us thought. So that was a little fun. The Raptors going at it with the Bucks. I was really hoping the Bucks could win it. I was hoping they win that series, but sadly they did not. But we have some interesting matchups, especially the Rockets and the Spurs going at it. Kawhi Leonard, possible MVP, going against the Rockets that look fun to. They're fun to watch. So we got a lot of good matchups. How about the Cowboys showdown in 2018? Now, originally TCU, go Frogs, had scheduled a home-and-home series with Ohio State. It's going to happen in 2018 and 2019. With 2018, Buckeyes coming to the Carter, and then TCU returning the favor, going to play the Buckeyes in 2019 in Columbus. I was really excited for that. As a TCU fan, to have Ohio State at the Carter was going to be huge. And then for TCU to visit a historical brand at Ohio State, I was looking forward to both of those matchups. But we all kind of saw it coming along. There's rumors about it for now the past year and a half, really, that this series would eventually be mixed into one series, just like the LSU and TCU matchup that was originally a home-and-home, changed to a one-game series to play at Jerry's World, which I'm fine with, but at the same time, the reason for the upgrade of the stadium, it was to have big teams come play at TCU, not to go play in Arlington at Jerry's World. But Either way, it's happening. Both teams are going to receive $5 million for this matchup. I'm excited for it as a TCU fan, and I'm going to go to this game. I'm going to this game. I plan on going anyways when it was going to be at A&G Carter Stadium. Now it's going to be at Jerry's World. Makes it a little bit more fun to go into Cowboy Stadium for the first time. So this is going to be fun. Now the Buckeyes, and actually this game again is in 2018. It'll be in week 3, not week 1. It's not the opening showdown Cowboy. I just said that just to have fun. But it'll be September 15th when this game is played. Now the Buckeyes, they haven't been at Cowboy Stadium since, well, they won the national championship against Oregon. TCU, meanwhile, they haven't been there since 2013 when they played LSU in a terrible, terrible game. But they've been there 4 times, and they're 3-1 in those games, so not bad. Now, the Buckeyes also scheduled a home-and-home series in 2024 and 2025 with the UW Huskies, with the Buckeyes traveling to Seattle in 2024, and then the Huskies returning the favor in 2025. Interesting matchups. It's a little bit away, but most likely Ohio State's going to be Ohio State. UW, hopefully on the rise, continues all the way through then, and we have a great matchup in 2024. Now, here's the weird thing. Now, TCU had a gap, right, in 2019, which was originally going to be at Ohio State, so they needed to find a game. So they scheduled a home-and-home with Purdue. I'm like, all right, that's cool. We're going to go smash Purdue. They're the Death Valley of the North. We're going to smash them. The problem is they can't return the favor, apparently, till 10 years later in 2029. Yeah, that is a little bit ridiculous that they couldn't find. I would get if there's a 2-year gap or something, maybe even 3, but it's Purdue. We really don't have a little bit of room for them to schedule it less than 10 years. I mean, all right, whatever. But yeah, that's just a little bit ridiculous. But overall, you got to love these matchups. TCU, Ohio State next year in 2018. Ohio State and UW in 2024 and 2025. Some good matchups. Louisiana Lafayette had to kick off 13 players. Now, they had originally indefinitely suspended them, but now they have been kicked off the team after facing charges of criminal conspiracy to commit felony theft. University of Louisiana Lafayette police say 13 students went into a dorm room April 5th and took several items worth a total of about $2,400. Police said the students were identified through video surveillance, and all of them cooperated throughout the investigation. Of course, I mean, when there's video of you doing the act, it's kind of hard to say you didn't do it. But police also said they were able to recover all the stolen items. Yippee. Just terrible news. Before we go and talk about our draft round 1 takeaways and grades, I am ready for this. I'm so ready to talk about all of this right now. Let's take a break and honor, ladies and gentlemen, this week was our 1-year anniversary with InnerGrind as a sponsor. Shout out to Michael Rakpo for 1 amazing strong year. I've got some gains now. I plan on going back here soon. If you guys haven't seen, the first time we went to go to InnerGrind last summer, that was a fun experience. Be sure to check it out on YouTube. Just type in the Short Sports Show goes to InnerGrind. It's an awesome video, some workouts, and some of the things that were happening. Plan on going back. He's now got his own facility again in Houston, Texas. Check it out. Today's show is sponsored by InnerGrind. Based out of Houston, Texas, let former Texas State linebacker Michael Rakpo help you reach your fitness and nutrition goals. With personal training classes that start at $40 a session, why not be a part of this rising program? And whether your goals are to lose weight, gain muscle mass, find the right off-season program, or even for you ladies out there to get that booty blast, you can do it all with InnerGrind. Not a Houston area, not a problem. InnerGrind has a program that is personalized just for you. InnerGrind has everything you need to meet your personal and healthy goals. NFL linebackers like Titans Brian Orakpo, Chiefs Derek Johnson, Buccaneers running back Charles Sims, and San Diego Chargers cornerback Craig Mager, along with many other young athletes, have already begun. Find your personalized workout and nutrition plan at InnerGrind.com and call 832-475-2829. That's InnerGrind.com, 832-475-2829. Unleash your inner grind. The NFL draft round 1 was amazing. Again, like we said earlier in the show, the best round 1 in recent history. The trades, the picks, players sliding up and down. It was awesome. It was absolutely fun. One of the most enjoyable round 1 drafts that I've seen in a very long time. And really, a shout out to Philadelphia. I was really thinking they were just, the fans were going to be terrible. I knew they were going to boo Roger Goodell. We all do it. It's fun. It's tradition now. But it just seemed like, I don't know, I thought they were going to boo every single pick and just be kind of just disrespectful and just annoying. You weren't bad. You weren't bad. So excuse me, judging wrong, my fault. Awesome, just awesome by Philadelphia. And I believe they said there was like 70,000, 20,000 or 70,000 fans showed up. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So what we're going to do, we got 5 different teams that we're going to talk about right now. Giving away just some of the things that we just were awesome or just terrible and shocked to see. And we're going to give grades for each of those teams. Now, if you want your specific team, let me know. We can do it here pretty soon. We could also talk about it. But first, and this is no particular order, this is just what came to my mind, what I want to talk about, and just start jotting it down. First, the Cleveland Browns. 3 first-round picks after they traded up and down. But did they select the right 3? Now, they selected Myles Garrett, Jabril Peppers, and David Njoku. I practiced it, and I swear, I practiced it last night. I practiced it this morning, and right when I got on camera, I still messed it up. Njoku. My fault. Now, of course, we all love the Garrett pick, and I am a fan of the Njoku pick. So when this happened, when Garrett was picked, happy, Browns, you made a smart decision. Kind of the obvious choice, but it's the Browns. But then they traded back. And I started thinking, look at the picks they're starting to reel in. They got, at the time, 2 2018 first rounders, 3 2018 second rounders. I'm thinking, this is amazing. These guys, this is not the Browns of the past decade. This management, the front office management, they're smart. They know what they're doing, and they're making some smart picks. And then they selected Jabril Peppers. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want people coming at me. I know they will anyways. I like Jabril Peppers. I like his personality. I liked watching him in high school and college. Problem is, I don't think he will succeed at the next level. Again, it's April. He hasn't even played it down. He hasn't even had practice. But I don't like this pick by the Browns. This then reminded me maybe the Browns haven't changed. They're going for the flashy guy that really just doesn't fit their system. Jabril Peppers, unless they put him at nickel, I don't see him succeeding at the next level. Just an early takeaway, and the guys they could have had that would have immediately contributed to the team at that point with that pick would have been a better option than selecting Jabril Peppers. Then, going later in the draft, they traded back up and selected Miami tight end David Njoku. Now, again, I love this guy. The Giants, shockingly, they went with Evan Ingram over Njoku to select the tight end. Browns were saved by this because they were able to get him. I like Njoku. He's my second overall tight end, of course, O.J. Howard being the first. And I like his playing style, and I believe he's going to contribute right away. So, Browns, I like 2 of your 3 picks. I'm just a little concerned with Jabril Peppers' pick, and was it really just that flashy you're trying to do something that just doesn't fit you? Overall, B+ for the Browns, 3 first-round picks, and they still have a ton more picks to go with in this NFL draft. So, overall, B+ for right now. Moving on, Houston Texans have found their franchise quarterback. Now, they had arguably one of the best picks in the draft, selecting Deshaun Watson. Him sliding down, Texans trading up to get him to select the former Heisman and national championship winner. Now, after the selection, Texans GM Rick Smith said that they were preparing and ready to go with Tom Savage as a starting quarterback into the season of 2017. Here's the deal. It's only April. So for Texas fans thinking, are you serious? Why would you select him? Or seeing this as a smoke? It's only April. Deshaun Watson is the future franchise quarterback for this team. He may not start week 1, but this guy will start for the Texans soon, and he is a franchise quarterback. I love this pick for Houston. An A- for the Texans. They had to trade up, gave away a little bit, but not a bad pick overall. Texans, smart. They get probably the best quarterback in this draft class. He was my number 1 quarterback rated in the draft class. So awesome by Houston. They didn't have to do too much, and they got their guy. Now, if you guys remember in a few shows back, when John Lynch was hired by San Francisco, I said, what were they thinking? They hired a guy with no true front office experience. Well, there's a reason they have their job and I'm doing what I'm doing, because John Lynch outsmarted every GM in the league on his first big night, his first draft night. If you're a 49ers fan, you have to be excited for what transpired last night and looking ready for the future. Not only did you trade down one freaking spot from second to third, you were able to haul in a ton of draft picks by the stupid Bears, who we'll get to in just a second. And then they selected Stanford defensive end Solomon Thomas, probably the best defensive lineman in this draft. Again, my number 1 defensive lineman in this draft, the end. You traded him. And then you traded back into the first round to select Alabama inside linebacker Reuben Foster, who is arguably the best inside linebacker in the draft, but fell due to off-the-field and injury concerns throughout the draft night. This was amazing. John Lynch later said that night that they got their 2 of the top 3 guys they had on their big board. Just like that. It was incredible, and he just outsmarted everybody. You got draft picks plenty to go on throughout this draft and for the future of next year. And you selected 2 immediate guys. Now, Reuben Foster is healthy and ready to go and can stay out of trouble. Then you got the best inside linebacker ready to play. Then you get Solomon Thomas, who can be the opposite of Buckner. You've got a defense that is starting to pick up. So I love these picks. John Lynch outsmarts everybody and made me bite my words. 49ers, do your thing. A+ for the 49ers and mainly for John Lynch. Now let's talk to the team who they traded with, their first trade, the Chicago Bears. My, oh my. What exactly were you thinking? Like, what was the idea? A month and a half ago, you signed a terrible quarterback to a $45 million deal, $18 million of which are guaranteed in Mike Glennon in free agency. Just to go in throughout the process to say, you know what? Not only do we get Mike Glennon and pay that much money, and don't tell me, oh, it's the market. No, don't give me that crap. You pay that much, and then you say, you know what? Hey, 49ers, John Lynch, I know you're talking to other people about trading, and they're looking at Trubisky and other guys. Look, we're willing to trade with you. Let's give you half of our draft, and you just own us completely. Can we make it happen? We just want to go up one spot, literally one freaking spot. And here's what you can have. Oh, yeah, sure. Click. And not only did you not select Jamal Adams or Malik Hooker or, at the time, Solomon Thomas, or anybody else in the draft, you selected Mitchell Trubisky, a quarterback that you will now have to pay an estimated $29 million guaranteed over the next 4 years. To what? Sit on the bench? 18 million or 29 million is going to be sitting on the bench. If you wanted to pay that much, I'll suit in right now. I've been throwing to my cousin who's looking to walk on. Hey, I could go in there and throw right now for you guys. I'll do it for 1 million. Just like that. The Bears made the worst decision in recent draft history. That's saying a lot. The Bears, I'm sorry, Bears fans, your team is now screwed for the next 3 to 4 years. This was absolutely terrible. They need help all across the board. They have one of the worst rosters in the NFL right now. And you selected a position of, yes, it's somewhat a need, but you gave up so much for what you could have had. It was so stupid by the Bears. I don't even know how you get an F-, but you got an F-. I don't know how you get one. I don't know, but you did. You did. Good job, Browns. Or Bears. My fault, Browns. That was... I'm used to, saying that. My fault. Finally, the last team we're going to talk about is the Kansas City Chiefs. They went out and traded up to get the gunslinger from Texas Tech, from Lubbock, Texas. They selected Texas Tech quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and I love this pick. Not as a Chargers fan, though, because this guy we're going to see twice a year in a couple years when he's ready. Now, this is a smart pick for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes gets to sit under quarterback guru Andy Reid and a pretty solid quarterback in Alex Smith. Now, the problem is for Alex Smith that he's now has a problem. The thing is, he's got 2 years left on his contract, and you're thinking, all right, he's getting a little bit older, so he most likely knows let's just get a Super Bowl and maybe I retire and I'm ready to move on. The problem is for him is if that doesn't happen and the team feels that he can't get the team over the hump, or they even feel that Patrick Mahomes is ready by the end of minicamp, by the end of training camp, and they feel like he's ready to go, then the Chiefs can cut ties with Alex Smith with no strings attached. He's got 2 years left, including this year, on his contract. No money of that is guaranteed. So they can cut him, no strings attached, and not have to waste anything. And then they have Patrick Mahomes ready to go, potentially. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Alex Smith can produce for the team, and Patrick Mahomes can learn under Alex Smith, learn under Andy Reid, and then be ready to go in 2 years. That'd be perfect time. But either way, the Chiefs selected the quarterback with the best arm in this draft, the strongest arm. And AFC West is getting a little bit better. And I'm scared for my Chargers because we selected Mike Williams. Now, don't get me wrong, I like him. Isaiah Jones was my number one wide receiver. There's a lot more receivers we could have got later in the draft. D.D. Westbrook. Of course, names, of course, now slip me. But there's a ton of wide receivers in the draft. And Malik Hooker was right there. Was right there for us. Or Jonathan Allen. I know his injury thing too as well, but Chargers. Or just trade it out. We could have just traded back. Selected O.J. Howard. I know we got Antonio Gates is on the way out. Hunter Henry and O.J. Howard at dual tight ends. Kidding me? What we could have had. Anyways, that's it. How did your team do? Let me know in the comment section down below. Follow me on Twitter at Short Sports Show and become a fan of the Short Sports Show on Facebook. I said that wrong. Become a fan on Facebook, the Short Sports Show. I don't know how to do my show. That is it for today's show, guys. A quick show, but lots of news to talk about, of course, with the NFL. I was just excited. I'm excited. But we are back, and the show is going to be amazing next week when I'm able to tell you guys what's going to be happening with the show. I might give some hints. You have to subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where the main change is happening. Go to youtube.com/user/The Short Sports Show. Go subscribe and hit that notification so that way you get an email and a notification on your phone if you have the YouTube app and on your computer that says Short Sports Show just uploaded a video. So go check it out. Be sure to give it a like. If you are listening on iTunes or you have iTunes and you haven't listened to the show, go give it a rating. Let me know what you guys think. I'll give you a shout out for every rating you give and every tweet, follow, Instagram, everything. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. As always, God first, God bless. And I will see you guys next Friday morning. I'm out. Peace.